rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a...
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play. First down, operating in the red zone and doing it in a den of noise. Right side, it's Moore. Able to haul it in, and right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Throwing Moore. Caught in the backfield, it's Davison. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Churns into the pile. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down. The Ducks will try to move the sticks on 4th down. Needs it. Tried to run for it on 4th and 1, and there was nowhere to go. The defense gets the stop.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Running inside. It's Jordan.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. To the air, it's Mayava. Snagged in the middle, it's Anderson. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. On the move. Uh-oh, look out. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good 3rd down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you wanted. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
They're going to test that run defense to the right here.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because of the body blow effect.
Caught in the backfield, it's Jordan. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st. Makes the catch. It's Bowman. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Trojans, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Straight ahead, it's Jordan. Pass to 6. Oh, he's got some
this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Ncaa. Oh, pressure's coming. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Out of the backfield, he's open. Touchdown, Trojan! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Takes the handoff. It's Davison. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Here's Moore to throw. Moving to his left. On the run, fires downfield. Working the big fella to the corner. And an explosive play. Has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
Yeah, so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
One final play before the end of the quarter. Quick give. It's Jordan. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. We've played one before we move on. Let's have a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The Trojans with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Handoff from the gun. They knock him down right there.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
And the Trojans will line up to punt it away. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. And nobody able to handle that punt, and they'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Using his legs, it's Davison. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you're going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
Well, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
Setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Man, you got to love the safety's eyes on that play. He didn't get lost. He didn't get enamored with everything that was going on in front of him, playing pass down the field. He locked eyes on that running back, saw the screen develop, comes upfield, makes the play, makes the sound tackle.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Hill. Got the first down. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Well, one thing you know about Oregon is they're always loaded in the backfield. They had a couple of true freshmen a season ago in Davison and Hill Jr., who were absolutely outstanding. And you expect this season, David, in the running game, those two guys are going to be the focal point for the Ducks.
They'll be the focal point, but it's just like you saw a year ago, man. Like, they are committed, and they run hard. They run as angry as anybody in the country. Obviously, having more come back at the trigger opens it up. Price transfers in, so it's going to be another year of stable running backs for Oregon. A lot of ground and pound and a lot of physicality.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Moore, look out. Hauls it in. They stop him right there. A pickup of 10, enough for the first down, and we've also taken it to the 2-minute timeout. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. There he goes. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Direct snap. It's Davison. This time there is no running room to be found, and this defense wasn't going to get hit with a big run twice in a row.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Gets the back moving. Dante Moore. Touchdown, Ducks! Quick strike through the air for the score. Extra point here will tie the game. And they tacked on the extra point. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Throws it back. Out wide right, it's Anderson. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Miller with the ball.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Motion from the wideout. Dropping back, it's Ncaa. Rushes on. They're working that left side. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the...
He's got it inside the 25. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on the score.
And man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Chucked it away just as he was hit. The flag flies in as this one falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. This 3rd down a little longer after that penalty. They want a little extra time to think over this 3rd and long as we've got a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. That incompletion brings up 3rd down for the offense. To the air, it's Ncaa. He lofts one down the sideline. He's got it way down the field. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by USC. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They'll send the back in motion. He's looking to pass. They're all over him. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's 1st and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On the ground, it's Jordan. Could not find a hole. This defense clogging up everything. It's 3rd and goal. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Cutting it close now with 3rd and goal upcoming. He'll set up to throw. Here comes the heat. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
No good. And here in the 3rd quarter, it is still a tie ball game. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, welcome into the EA Sports College Football Update Show, the Week 4 edition. So let's dive right in. We begin with a look in on Iowa State taking on the number 9 team, the Utah Utes. And it's the Cyclones with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. And this coach has got to be happy. They get back on track after dropping their last game, and it gets them to 3-1. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find the rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the...
He's loose down the middle. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. They don't seem interested in inching the ball down the field. That big play sets them up. 1st and 10 from the 36. Throwing more. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
We've already seen the gifts he has, man. You've seen him dance. You've seen him rush, like really good speed. That's what we talked about coming to this football game. Trying to get some negative plays. A better job by the defense there. Being aggressive, getting to him, and getting the sack on that play.
They gave up the sack on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Moore to the air. Unloads to the wideout. That's caught. It's Stewart. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. It's not just the dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just in the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
Sometimes as an offense, you like run plays, and you like running it right into the teeth of the blitz. That's what happened right there. Everybody up front got a hat on a hat, and they were able to crease that defense.
Caught behind the line. It's Hooks. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
And what a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball back quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground for no gain.
This crowd knows when to bring it. Moore trying to get everyone on the same page. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
And here comes the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. And after that last field goal, they start this 3rd quarter, find themselves playing from behind. Fights off a defender. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 after the 29. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Got a little space. He's got the 1st down. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
I know it hasn't been the type game statistically this running back was hoping to have up to this point. He's been getting shut down. Finally, he's able to break through for a big one. And sometimes, you know, it just takes one. It takes one run like that to get his confidence back, to get the offensive line's confidence back. Let's see what happens with this offense now moving forward.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. The give is to Miller. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second.
Makes a grab and room to run. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
The Trojans are marching down the field. Scanning the field, it's Mayava. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Second and long here. The run inside. It's Jordan. He'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. It's enough for a first down in the red zone.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
And the Trojans pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Jordan. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Going to the ground. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. The Trojans trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. Sends it back in motion. The snap sets up to throw. Makes the grab right on the sideline, but he's out of bounds, and they're going to lose yardage. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Drops back, it's Mayava. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Now just about ready to snap it to start the fourth. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. Into the end zone. Fires into the end zone, incomplete.
And look at the quarterback, look at the players on offense. They're over looking at the sidelines, begging to stay on the field and try and score this touchdown. They've been on the field for so many plays, for so long. When you've done all that work, you want to capitalize and you want to score a touchdown. You don't want to be kicking a field goal at this point.
And they trust their kicker, and he drills it. He drills it, ties this game up early in the fourth quarter. Man, this one looks like it's going to be a great finish. We're all knotted up.
Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. And as they say, it's a brand new ball game. That field goal tied it up, and now let's see if they can put together a winning drive. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Give to the running back. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And
nice job on second down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching them off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the first down.
They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Hits inside. It's Davison. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Moore to throw. Fires to the wideout. Lucky to get it off.
Receivers just haven't been able to separate and get open tonight. It's been that way all game long so far. It's been tough on this QB. Another one gets swatted away for an incompletion.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They want a little extra time to think over this 3rd and long as we've got a timeout. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming. Throws for the tight end. Got a man in the middle. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Caught. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field, don't make a mistake, check it down to your running back, let him do the rest. But there was 2 guys right next to him, so that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw, but you could tell they were definitely locked in, and they were not going to let that running back catch that football and go anywhere after the catch.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Tie game here late in the 4th. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. 4th down, Moore. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. He gets down to the 25 before going out of bounds.
Well, the gamble pays off offensively. 4th down, being aggressive, and they throw for it. How about the job the receiver does, winning his route and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football?
And the Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Moore fires left. Pulls it in. Touchdown, Ducks! They've got the lead here in the 4th. They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Running inside, it's Jordan. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Back to throw, it's Ncaa. And they can't complete the bullet pass on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
And here we go. Down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, maybe a double pass. Rush right in his face. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And some people won't like that, but I like aggressiveness, and that's who they are as an offense, so it's okay to be aggressive. But I know one thing now. After that 4th down stop and you're trailing, I'm going to need my defense to be aggressive. It's going to be a big possession right here in the 4th quarter to get me the football back.
Turning it on. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacks on the extra point. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Right side, it's Bowman. No chance to run, but still a good gain. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Game tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Laterals it back. Under pressure. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
To throw, it's Ncaa. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
I'll tell you, this offense just can't afford too many more incompletions because time's running out in the game. They need big plays in the passing attack, vertically down the field, and they've got to score some touchdowns.
Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. He's got an open man. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. The penalty pushes the offense back for this 2nd down. The throw on 2nd down, and they need a lot. He wants a big play here late. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incomplete formation. He'll need some juice in that arm on 3rd and long. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Got to give this deep.
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down. I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Wide receiver going in motion. Needs it here on 4th down. Oh, pressure's coming. Gets away. He's taking a deep shot. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. The Trojans use their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. How in the world could they let that happen, and how in the world did they pull it off? That was 4th and a mile, and they got it.
I mean, what a clutch play by this offense. Listen, understanding, a small throw is not going to get it done. A deep ball down the field, give yourself a chance to make a play, and by gosh, they do it.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the...
Headed to the end zone. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
He's back in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. It followed the touchdown as he single-handedly is trying to keep them in it. 25 ticks remaining. There's enough time if they can recover this onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Defense still with a couple of timeouts. They can force the issue, make the offense snap it again as they take a knee on this one. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up